I gathered a group of different Knight mains to showcase how differently people use the Knight, and what types of strategies these people have while playing him. I invited 4 different Knight mains to one by one showcase their gameplay while I asked them some questions. And to my surprise, I saw some very cool builds and interesting gameplay from these Knight mains. Starting off with Foomongus. His playstyle is focused on constantly sending out guards to multiple survivors while mainly using M1 to get the downs. If you want, you can, explain your build here a little bit. What's the thought process behind it?
So, starting with the add-ons, the bottom one makes survivors broken for 6 seconds when hit by any of the guards. Basically away from doing anything during the guards' chase time, but also for 60 seconds afterwards they can't heal, have to, stay away from me basically. Or they have to pretty much take it down most of the time. Yeah. And the top one increases the chase time by... Is it still 4 or is it 2 seconds now? Anyways, it makes the assassin a lot more reliable to get hits, basically. Lethal Pursuer, simple enough. See survivors right off the bat, be able to get chases started, and combos with nowhere to hide. Basically, if I hear generator, see no survivors, they're often hiding nearby. Especially good on indoor maps like this one. So then I can easily just pop nowhere to hide, get extra time on them with lethal. Corrupt Intervention. 2 purposes, obviously slow down the early game and allows me to try and injure multiple survivors within the first 2 minutes with much less gen progress being done. And then Jagged Compass just to help me, know where I might need to go next. Yep, so right here, obviously just get this. And then I noticed this room here is literally just one doorway. Which is just awful to go against the Knight, especially with one doorway. I noticed the constant loud noise notification, so I figured she was easily just revolting the same thing. So probably not going to get hit. At which point I decided to try and go for the normal M1 here after realizing. Here, I do the little hold Carnifex just in case she gets to a pallet.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't go for chase there just because of, the getting use out of Corrupt Intervention. Immediate hit here with the Assassin allows me to go for her. Obviously, if she didn't have finesse, I would have gone the hit there and would have had already 3 injuries still. Because I do usually play this kind of snowball style of gameplay.
Yeah, so you're splitting the pressure a lot, like here in the beginning. Just getting a bunch of injuries.
Yep. Notice the guards start chasing you, so I just go the opposite way.
Yeah.
Simple enough. Jagged Compass, the more I've used it, the more it's... If you played when Pain Resonance was in its original state, you know how strong being able to just know what generator is the most done. So here I take note that they went for the save very quickly. Usually that means very altruistic teams. You can do a bit of camping to try and get some free downs. Yeah,
that's usually like very normal Swifts. They always rescue like immediately. Or not immediately, but as soon as you get out of there, it's...
Yep. And as a killer, the best thing you can do, like any killer, no matter what, the best thing you can always do is just adapt. If you notice they go for saves very quickly, try to do a bit of camping. If you notice they wait a long time to save, start trying to actually run around the map splitting pressure. That's probably my audio, I don't know why, but sometimes my recordings just have this weird audio bug. Whenever I'm chasing someone and somebody else getting chased by the guard, I usually try to pay attention to where the guard is. To notate where both the players are. And, since I know where she is, I know where 3 out of 4 of the survivors are at pretty much all time.
Nice, right by the hook.
Yep. And you see, the Assassin's getting a lot of value this match.
Yeah.
Here, I was throwing a guard hoping to find them, and then as I heard them, I realized, okay, they're probably upstairs. This part especially, because go for her first, and she's being chased by a guard.
Yeah, that's somewhere you don't want to go towards night. Here it's kind of screwed if you go up here on this map.
Yeah, there's also a lot of people that don't know how the guard's detection works across multiple floors.
Yeah, it's like the same on Saloon. You know, if they're doing the upper gen up there, you can kind of just send out a jailer. Like,
exactly. Yeah,
I've seen jump up.
I've seen clips online where people are like, "How did this happen?" I'm just like, "Well, that's actually how it's supposed to happen."
Yeah.
I also do something that I don't know how many people really know about, but if there's a guard, like behind a wall or just not within line of sight, but their detection radius is within like a hook survivor and that survivor gets unhooked, the survivor who did the unhooking immediately gets chased. And from what I can tell is if the guard starts chased that way, you don't have enough time to get away unless you have like sprint burst.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that happen a bunch of times. It's,
yeah, I actually actively try taking advantage of it, and I think I do get a hit at one point in this match from it. Usually, as you see, whenever a guard is chasing a survivor, I usually try to chase a different survivor.
Oh yeah,
I try to do it here, get it just barely outside. But I try to just keep my pressure on to multiple at once.
So do you feel any, like, I know, like, I, for example, use Call of Arms a lot, and I know a lot of other people use it, but do you feel like you can snipe well and do stuff like that without it? So,
Call of Arms, definitely, there's a lot of times in matches where I think, hey, Call of Arms would have been really good here. But I find myself getting a lot more value out of the other add-ons, you know, the hammer, being able to put broken on survivors, forcing them to be injured for longer, mixes well with how I've gained a pretty strong M1 game. And then the chase one especially allows you to get a lot more use out of Assassin.
Yeah.
And once you start learning to play without that extra range and speed, I think your guards become a lot more reliable.
Yeah, definitely.
Here, I decided to just not go for the gen there because I figured, you know what, they're at 4 gens. It's probably more worth trying to go for the down than it is defending the gen. Of course, they left the generator, so they weren't able to get it done anyways, but...
Nice.
I think this is where I actually get that hit. Throw him a bit up the stairs to keep him over there as long as possible.
Yeah, nice.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, I've never, like, I've done that now recently a couple of times as well, and, like, I don't, like, it's very hard for him to not get hit there.
Yeah. I don't know how many people actually know about it.
Yeah, I don't know, it's,
yeah.
I posted it in, like, one of my videos, but, you know, it's still not like that, you know. A lot of people don't know that trick, but it's a very strong one.
Yeah. I mean, it's there's an easy way to counter. If you either one, get chased by the guard before you go down, or you jump into one of the lockers very quickly, jump out, and then go for the unhook, the guard will just disappear. So it's easily countered if you just know.
Yeah, I feel like that's that's the thing. Like a lot of like people, you know, explain about, oh, there's no counter tonight, but it's all about just knowing, you know, about all these little small stuff that can make it so much easier to play against him.
Yeah. So here I decide to, whenever I have multiple survivors like this, I try to intentionally split pressure if I can. You know, one gets chased by the guard, then I focus on the other with my M1 chase. But in turn, I also have to be careful about who I'm chasing. If I'm going against an actual really good survivor,
yeah,
it might be better to not chase them at all or chase them with both.
Exactly.
Here, I think I just guessed what she was doing wrong, right? Yeah, she went inside.
So I also kind of want to ask, like, what do you think about the current state of Knight right now? And like, if you could change something with Knight, like, what would that be?
I would probably either get rid of or completely change that window tech thing. It makes it way too easy to just make the guards useless.
Yeah.
I've gone against very few knights because barely anyone plays him, and when I do, they expect the guard to do one thing. It doesn't because I use that window that's now a mechanic. And it just kind of feels cheap to just go, oh, I tap this window, run away, and then I don't get hit anymore.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think Knight should definitely have each of his guards do a lot more individual stuff. Like maybe the jailer applies an effect but doesn't chase. The assassin's much quicker and is the only one to chase, and do some with the Karn effects to make him like maybe block windows or something.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think the Knight would have been much cooler if each of his guards was way more unique than they are now.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that.
Yeah.
Do you have any like specific, any good tips for new players who's maybe starting out with the Knight?
With how complicated the Knight is, I would say there's like a million different play styles, and so just figure out which one you enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I don't really see anyone playing like I do usually on him. Just spamming out guards to multiple survivors as constant as possible, but mainly focusing on M1 to get the downs.
The next Knight main we're going to take a look at is called Brickolas. And we're going to see a very interesting build that involves a lot of aura reading and getting information. Could you give a quick little explanation about your build here and your thoughts behind that?
When it comes to info perks on Knight, obviously like basic aura reading is usually where you want to go, because if you have an exact location, it's a lot easier to snipe people. But personally, I feel like these perks, which are all item and chest centric, those tend to be around high traffic areas where, since you're an area control killer, it's a lot easier if you have consistent like eyes in these areas where survivors are going to be running past, so you can catch them off guard while they're resetting or while they're going across the map, because even all you need is a little glimpse of where they are, and then you could send a jailer out there and the jailer will find them really easy, right? Another big benefit of those is well, one, it's infinite, and two, things like Hoarder, which is loud sound effects. If you pair that with Franklin's, they're going to be picking up their items a lot, and you're going to see, like, just as this starts, when you're in your ghost mode patrol path, you can actually see loud noise notification. In terms of add-ons, obviously Call to Arms is like a go-to add-on. It's great. It's great at everything. You place paths quicker. You get them from further away. It's really nice with this because you can snipe them from outside your terror radius, which means that this information, all they know is that they have those little icons in the corner, generally Human Greed and Weave Attunement. They'll have those little icons. They'll be on guard, but they won't know when a guard is coming unless they're listening really closely. And then, in addition to that, once you actually have the guard on them, I love Town Watch Torch. It's probably one of my favorite add-ons on Knight because it makes multitasking so damn easy. So as you can see, immediately, they don't even notice Human Greed going off, even though it tells them. So I send an assassin on that guy. I'm not going to bother to chase him because there's a good chance the assassin gets the hit, and if he doesn't, he wastes resources. Instead, I go for this Hoarder here, and she has no idea I'm coming. Now, this first chase, I will say, there's a bit of a blunder here around this palette. And you can even see a glitch, which has been affecting this character for ages.
Oh yeah, the swimming. Yeah.
But lucky me, I get to play off my perks. I see that Jane is falling down because of Weave Attunement. And I get into a much more favorable chase. Bait the pallet trap there. I hesitate here a little bit, but it's fine because she paths pretty poorly. And I end up getting the hit anyway.
Nice.
And since Hoarder's gone off, I can immediately know to send a jailer here to keep him off gens for about 40 seconds.
Yeah, just keep noticing by the notifications that you get a lot of, information.
Yeah.
Like,
You get a lot of information. And here I am closing this chest just so I have a general idea of who's coming for the save. But you'll notice I very rarely go after people who are getting chased by Jailer in the distance, because for me, Jailer is like 40 seconds of undetectable rather than a free health state. And as you can see, it pays off huge. You approach from a little off angle and she doesn't even hear you coming.
Oops, okay. No disturb mode. Oh my god. This happened last time as well, like, Jesus. Okay.
So, just kick the gen because it's at like 99. I imagine they're still here, so I go sniper reset. I end up getting the atom for it. And here I just decide to get a hit because he's got a lot of distance. There's a good chance he makes it to a window, so I might as well get the M1. And then I send the Jailer after him just to harass.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, I got information from Human Greed. And Weave Attunement. And I get the Jane again, off guard. Now, this is a horrible play by her, but she wastes her entire speed boost by dropping down. And I give up the Jailer chase, just because I don't think that's going to get a hit. And this is a way more guaranteed hit, because the zoning from the Karn effect is just crazy,
Yeah.
It's kind of a lull, but I see that Human Greed goes off. It just shuts off, so I know that somebody's over here. Unfortunately, I don't think I catch them, but my attention's really close on that area, because I know somebody's roaming around there and generally trying to do that generator. I think I come and reset it, actually, just so I know when they come back.
It's so interesting seeing that perk in play, because like I never see anybody play that. I don't think I've seen that animation even, like closing the chest. It's so...
Yeah, closing the chest, it's kind of niche, but you'd be shocked how much information you can get out of it. You saw me canceling my guard there just to get an idea of if somebody was working on that gen, just by sound. But the good news is, I caught this Jonathan off guard, and I can get a double hit out of it pretty easily.
Nice.
Yep. See? Human Greed paying off again.
That's really good.
Unfortunately, they I think they baited it. And ran off, which was very smart on their part, but it's okay because I can just reset the assassin. And there he is picking up his item. So I know he's over there. And I know they're over there because of Human Greed. Now, one thing people don't think about Human Greed is that you can actually play around it a lot in terms of mind games because they see it's there. So they're kind of encouraged to interact with the chest the entire game. Because once they know that Human Greed's in play, they know, okay, if this chest is right next to a generator, I have to do this before I do anything. And then if you have order on top of that, then you're basically alerted from halfway across the map that they're trying to do a generator.
Yeah, that's... Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good combo.
That Atom there, I probably could have gotten a hit a little cleaner without risking that banner, but I don't know. I just messed it up a little bit, but I still got the hit anyway, so it's fine. Right here, I'm like 90% certain they're working on that generator or that generator, so I send a guy here in between. I know they're there. Unfortunately, the Jailer misses, but all's well in the end, I believe. Oh, no, that's later. Here, I'm just trying to find where this person's hiding, because I heard them working on it. But I don't want to waste all my time. I cancel the Jailer, so I don't have to break my pathing too much. I know that they're over here, probably resetting. But I'm just checking around, trying to make sure where they are. I hear Jonathan running. I drop the guide on him. And then, with the undetectable, I come back to catch whoever's working on this off guard. and it turns out it's the Jane.
Ooh.
Who promptly gives me a kill.
Nice.
At this point, I've won the game, but, you know,
Yeah.
we'll keep playing.
Oh.
Jonathan comes in for something. I don't know why. I'm still baffled by that. But he takes an M1 to continue working on a generator, at which point I punish him promptly. And the nice part about Jailer is that he chases for so long that you don't really have to worry about the natural guard tick down when you're nearby. He just kind of has a normal chase duration, so you can really easily pincer people with Jailer.
Yeah.
Here I am sending a just a Carnifex to break that. And then I see Human Greed's gone again, so I know somebody's working on that. And I get the Meg, who's been kind of evasive this entire game. Here, I step back a little bit, thinking that the assassin might get it, but I misjudge the distance, so I end up just having to settle for an M1. But it's fine, because this Meg just decides to do the weird thing on Nostromo. I see this happen a lot, where they just kind of run along the outskirts.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, I get the down. She doesn't really have a plan. And I go to harass the reset. But it turns out he's working on the gen again. And I just harass him with that. I know where he is the entire time for like 40 seconds because he's injured and I'm undetectable and the guard's chasing him. So he's in a really bad position here. He's forced to run all the way over there. Which means that I can very easily corner him here. You can see him here playing around the guard a little bit. But fortunately, this is where Knight excels in corners. So I scare him away from that window. He still goes for it, but he bolts a little too early. And the assassin doesn't bother going through it. Even there still, the fact that he vaulted it wouldn't have been that big of an issue, because I know he doesn't have Lithe. And I was right there. There's no pallet up there, so I could have easily just cut him off. I know Adam's over there. He unfortunately gets the gen off, but it's fine. I considered chasing him briefly, but then I decide to instead use my stealth to maybe catch the Meg off guard. Which I do. And she's clearly spooked. Runs into the locker, has no idea what's happening. And then I decide to try and swap my guard pressure. But unfortunately, the assassin's radius just doesn't expand fast enough, so I miss her just barely. The good news is that she's not looking where she's going. She actually scared the shit out of me, because I didn't think she'd be that dumb. But I get the down here anyway. Now, I'm waiting for my jailer because I know I'm at a distance where only my jailer is going to be able to see that guy. There's me just making sure I saw it correctly. And I snag him.
Nice.
And at this point, I got the 4K.
If you could change something with the Knight, like right now, what would that be?
Is it cheating to say bug fixes?
No, that you can say that as well.
Yeah. I think my number one bug that pisses me off, not even the swimming bug, that it's decently rare when it happens and it's pretty easy to fix, but my number one bug is getting stunned in your spirit form.
Oh,
it's so annoying. It's been there since he released and they've never fixed it.
Oh. Do you have like any good tips for like new players starting out with the Knight?
A lot of people, they see Knight and they see this really oppressive 1v1 tool because they're thinking about old Knight and they're thinking about that one Knight that you just shit out a guard at a loop and you get a free hit everywhere. But that's not what Knight is. I never really played Knight like that, but Knight's definitely not that anymore. Knight is exclusively a macro game killer. And if you're going into this character, you want to understand that your main idea should not be using your guards aggressively in chase. It should be using them aggressively to pressure people across the map. Because a good Knight should always be in 2 places at once, roughly.
The next Knight main that's gonna show us some gameplay is called Resoleon. Resoleon is a very experienced Knight that is gonna show some nice gameplay with a build that covers a little bit of everything. So could you explain your whole build here and the thoughts behind it? You know, the add-ons and why you picked the perks that you've picked here?
The main build I use when I play Knight, it's Agi, Eruption, Pain Res, and Infectious. Agi's mainly to, I guess, reduce the time while carrying a survivor and make it easier to reach Pain Res hooks. Eruptions for added pressure, chain kicking, also info with the aura, Pain Res, general chain repression, and Infectious is a perk I love on Knight. It gives a lot of info for people hanging around with saves or finding people stealthing around the map. And yeah, the main 2 add-ons I use are the standard Cord Arms, which increases your movement speed while in patrol, also increases the range by 10 meters, and Tried Horse Meat just increases the time a guard chases for 4 seconds. Yeah, start off, I guess where the survivors spawn, because I don't run Corrupt. And then I heard them working on Gen, so I send Jailer there. Then I see 2 people there, so I can easily, like, pincer them.
Nice.
Get a quick down on Hanato. And also hear Sable, so I send an Assassin, which gets her. I don't know why I check the locker.
Yeah,
I just pick and get a Pain Res off. And Assassin got the hit, which is good. I feel like most Auto Havens are a pretty good map for him. It's like pretty open. I see scratch marks, so I think they're going for the save. I was a bit too late though, or like out of range. Going the other way. Yeah, I predict the pallet drop so I can down Sable.
Nice.
I think Kanata went back, so I sent a guard there. I got a Dwight instead. So Assassin gets a few hits here, which is really good.
Yeah, he really gets dangerous with the horse meat add-on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you also have any like tips for like new players starting out with the Knight? Anything in particular?
I guess the main like learning curve is knowing which guards specialize in like what role, like Carnifex for breaking pallets or gens, Assassin for like faster chasing, and Jailer as the biggest radius and for the longest chase time. But other than that, it's mainly like knowing where to place your guards, what time, and I guess tracking, like hearing, breathing, footsteps, similar to Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
I did see scratch marks here, but I completely lost where they ran to. Yes, the scratch marks there. I think I hear the Sable. Yeah. Thought she would play the pallet, but she just holds down.
Nice.
Yeah, even though the assassin didn't get anyone, the haste from placing him helped out.
Yeah. It's definitely like even if you don't like get the chase all the time, like either the speed boost or like the way like the guard makes the survivor run, you can still get like value from placing it. And also like this build, if you're running here, it's just like your this is your normal build that you run, right, when you play.
Oh yeah, most of the time, yeah.
Do you feel like or do you feel like you're covering like the most, like all the kind of like information and gen defense and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I feel like this build has a little bit of everything from like, I guess, chase with infectious and info as well to gen aggression.
Yeah.
I feel like if I wanted to play more, I guess, serious, I could go for more gen aggression, like Ruin or maybe like Corrupt or something else. But when I play Knight, I usually aim for like chases.
Yeah, I really like that you're running agitation, because that's like, I don't know, it's one of my, I don't really use it as much these days, but like I really love running agitation on Night. I don't know, it's just so nice.
Yeah, it's such a good perk for him.
Catch people off guard as well, going like trying to body block for hooks and stuff.
I think Sable's kind of in like a dead zone, so I can just down him.
So what do you think, what is your like go-to map when it comes to Knight, and what's the map that you hate playing Knight on like the most?
My favorite map for him would probably be Gideon. Just very easy to like get easy downs or injures, because guards can chase one way while you go the other.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a very small map, so it's easy for guards to chase. For like worst map for him, I'd say probably something like Irie or the New Ormond, just because I hate like tracking with the sounds.
Yeah.
It's very like loud and hard to track footsteps and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry's as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I done not okay, but I think I forgot and I couldn't find him for a while. Yeah, I try to find where I downed him.
Yeah, that's a struggle.
One thing I love about the like Knight rework is you can just send a guard to check a gen and like cancel it if no one's nearby.
Yeah, it's it's really nice that you don't have to waste your guards sending them out to nothing.
Yeah.
If you could change like anything with the Knight, like what would that be?
I don't know if I'd really change anything. I guess the like depletion when you're chasing too close to a guard. I feel like the 3 times depletion is a bit harsh.
Yeah. Oof. Question is, does he get the hatch or is it a Mori? It's a Mori. Last but not least, we got Miguel the Mammoth King. And I saved this one towards the end because we are going to be seeing some endgame perks being put into play.
First, the add-ons. This one is because I like playing jump scares / sniping Knight.
Yeah.
I like just getting the patrols in just the right spot. Dried horse meat is just to make the guards a bit more potent, even though very good survivors will make them as less potent as possible. And my entire build here, I play in a specific way that not many people play with. I tend to hook each survivor once for the first time, and then just like let the game play out until the end game. I'm just gonna spread my pressure out, just like make sure they're injured and all that. Or Terminus. And whoever's the most annoying, I force the obsession on with Gamefoot. And Rancor, I'll just more them. I don't hook them after the first 4 hooks, so I just like focus on the chases, just the fun of it. But I find this a lot more fun than the current meta of what's going on, because like focusing on slowing down gens or tunneling or camping, it just sucks.
Yeah, I agree on that.
I find this more fun.
Yeah.
I find this more fun. In recent times, I like to just kill 2 of them and then let the other 2 go.
Oh, that's
Funnily
nice.
enough, it kind of lowers my MMR. I noticed as I'm like faced with less experienced players.
Yeah.
So that's a thing that happens. Okay.
Right.
Now, at the start of the game, usually survivors are on the opposite end of the map, so you just want to go to the opposite end.
Yeah.
Like this chick here. So I'm gonna bring Papyrus out. Yep, right here. Come on, Papyrus. What? Are you serious?
I'm surprised that's not getting a hit.
I think somebody has Sprint Burst over here. Oh, Survivor. Come on. Oh, well.
I'm surprised that didn't hit. I also like to do that. You send out a guard as soon as possible. Or walk forward a little bit and then you send it to a near gen or something.
Ah, well. Oh, there's somebody. There's this Sable. This looks like a Sprint Burster. Yeah, definitely. Oh, that works for me.
Nice.
Oh, and drop Galley Pallet. I dare you. Hey, don't think I don't see you there. Oh, there's 2 people here.
We got the whole squad.
Everybody's accounted for, just like that. Now watch this. Pincer attack time, baby.
Oh.
Thank you, Papyrus. Now, I'm gonna wait until she's out of sight, and then I'm gonna bring Zane in. Right here. Now that should be... That ain't it. Dang. I heard her, though. Oh, somebody has Blast Mine. But as we can see here, 3 people are already injured.
Yeah,
My MMR is pretty high for Knight because of how much I play him. So this is just a... Oh, right here. Right there.
Nice.
No. We don't heal here in this life. Something very important to do while patrolling is... I'm just real quick making sure that somebody doesn't save.
Yeah, that's
because
the
if
one.
they do,
you get the Knight there as backup, or not the Knight, the guard. Like it's always so nice having a extra a guy with you to just check for flashlights.
I have a feeling that whoever had that blast mine is back at that gen over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, there's Rancor. So I'm gonna use that information to do this.
Nice.
Get him, Papyrus. And yes, I nicknamed my guards. So I'm just gonna go a far distance so the guard on timer doesn't happen. However, I think... Wait, no, she...
How's this going?
I was going to go for her, but no, I think that's second wind, actually. Now, you saw how I was keeping my distance?
Yeah.
Just so the guard timer doesn't go off. That's how I use Papyrus for the snipes and a long time, like a... What do you call that? A time investment mind game. I'm just like doing my own thing, slowly closing in until it... Oh, and she's killing us.
Yeah, the usual Knight experience.
No, don't do it. You have so much to live for. There's somebody over here. Anyway, something important to keep in mind when guard sniping is the sound. Sound is very important, and she's dead. No.
Oh, slow vault as well.
It's pretty important to keep everybody injured so you can hear them.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that, right there. See that? right there.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to Spirit, you know?
Yeah, very similar to Spirit. That's a very important aspect of guard sniping. They are doing gens pretty decently. I was just looking at that for information. Oh. Kate knows what she's doing. Going away from when she saw me. That was a very smart move. Now I'm gonna go over here. Let's see if she goes... She's going up the window. Up. And here we go.
She's dead sound.
There isn't much what you could do when the knight keeps his distance.
Yeah.
If I was super close, she probably would have gone away with that.
What would you say is like a good way to... What's your like number one counter tip to like playing against a knight?
Counter against the knight?
Yeah, exactly. Like as a survivor,
So
from a survivor.
From a survivor's point of view, for guard sniping like this, if you like hear the guard summoning or see him do it, the best thing to do is like just go to the sides because he's gonna go forward. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, you really want to do this then? I have a feeling you're the boss mine user. Oh, come here, you. Now.
Oh, nice.
Anyways. Oh, what is it I'm thinking? What were we talking about before?
Best way to counter.
countering.
Yeah.
And like, the knight player is usually taking his guard forward, so you should go to the side for a bit, and then like try not to sprint. Just like keep quiet, if possible, while he's while he's going forward. That'll confuse him.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Specifically for guard snipe thing. And we were talking about during like being chased by a guard. There's plenty of bugs that'll take care of that for you.
Yeah. That's true.
And here's Kate. Hey Kate, how you doing today? Now, since I got my 4 stacks, I'm gonna start spreading pressure, just like doing injures, hit and runs. But I think these survivors like to heal, so I need to keep that in mind. We also have a Sable, so I should check on the basement every now and then, because people really like that basement healing perk.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wait. Hey! Wait a minute! Did I just hooked her and she really went back to the gen.
It's a greedy one.
Okay. I'm just gonna leave her on the ground. Now, she's probably gonna... Oh yeah, that's a sprint burster. And she got caught anyway by Papyrus. Now.
That's my man.
You always keep in mind when to summon another guard when you feel like the chase isn't going to do anything for you. Mainly when you're chasing another survivor. So, like, while Papyrus is putting pressure on this Sable, I could chase another survivor and, whenever I feel like it's time for a guard, I'll use Zane. Oh, she went back. She's playing smart. Or not. Whatever.
That's a nice thing with...
Now, that Kate got back up, and healed, so I can only assume that they're going back on this gen over here. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Zane here is a lot more, a lot more able to attack survivors, so with Zane, you just let Zane do his thing. Rather than pincering. Since Zane is much faster than Papyrus or Bruce. So you don't have to do the hit cooldown. While if you have a Bruce or Papyrus go for a survivor, you should try and pincer rather than, And you see that I don't usually use Bruce for patrols. I use them for, like, breaking gens or pallets.
Yeah. Exactly.
Thanks to that info, I know somebody's right over here. Thanks for that. Now again, since this is Zane, I'm gonna wait. Another good counter to the knight is light, as told by Defend. It is a pretty good counter. Now, you do want to sometimes, like, play on the side rather than the front. So, especially if the survivor doesn't see you, because they might just walk right into you after a guard hit. Mainly with Zane.
Yeah.
I'm just using that to check. I could have canceled the summon, but I didn't feel like it, especially since Papyrus is going to be very close to the 2 other gens. But usually when you don't see the gen like being worked on or hear the generator noises, you want to cancel. Up. Now, sorry if I'm like stuttering a lot. I'm just sometimes I'm not really that good at talking in moments like this. I just need to focus, you know?
Yeah, I know. I definitely know that.
Especially when it's somebody like this, who I want to kill with the Mori reality. I'm gonna get you.
Nice.
Yeah, there's the Sable. Seems like the Kate healed, and it seems like it might have been on her own. So next time I injure her, I'm gonna check the shack, or wherever the basement is. Now, obviously you want to use Bruce for cases like that, especially if the survivor is pallet camping, which that isn't really the best idea against the knight. Now I'm gonna find this Kate, and it seems like the Kate's somewhere around here. Yep. Oh,
Oh.
that was weird. That was a good attempt on the Kate. Either that or Sable was there too.
Yeah, try to be
That
very
was
sneaky.
pretty clever. Yeah, that was very sneaky. Wait. Is she? She did not just stay here, just the pallet camp! And for pallets like that, you wanna like go to the side, so you know you can what is I'm thinking? So you like corner the survivor.
If there's like one thing you could change with the knight, what would that be?
That's a good question. I would say make the Carnifex and Jailer, aka Bruce and Papyrus. Bruce and Papyrus have 105% speed instead of 100 and I think 102.5% is what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that will make them more potent. And of course remove some of the inhibiting bugs that Knight has, especially for the AI. A counter to this build in particular, other than, you know, coordination when I'm slugging the obsession, is adrenaline. Because sometimes, even when they're injured with Terminus, they heal up anyway with adrenaline, and when they're downed, they will heal up anyway, like, to injured, so it gives me a bit of, like, wasted time.
Also, one last question. Like, do you have like a good tip for like new players starting out with the knight?
So first of all, a couple of tips to like not make a mistake is, like I said before, keep your distance when like Papyrus, aka the jailer, or Zane the assassin, what is I'm thinking? Or the assassin like is chasing the survivor. Like not that far of a distance, just like, let me give an example. The shack, if they're on the window side of the shack, you want to go to the other side of the shack while they're being chased by the guard. And typically go the direction the guard is going while you're on that other side. That way, they have poor visibility on you, and you know where they're going, while the timer isn't being reduced significantly until you like get the hit you want.
Mm-hmm.
So for like pincer attacks, you don't want to immediately be right next to the guard. You want to be at a decent distance, and when the survivor is in an open enough spot for you to close in, you close in.
Yeah. Alright, so that was it for this video. Shout out to every Night main that took part of this video and took their time to showcase their gameplay. I will have a link in the description for all the Night mains featured in this video. And if you haven't yet, make sure to join the Night mains Discord server. We got a lot of Night mains there, so it's just to hop in. Now, I know this was a very long video, but I really wanted to show a lot of gameplay, so, you know, it happens. But I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a like for more content. Bye bye.